Now to just an incredible story of survival out of Saskatchewan. A woman was attacked by a black bear and it left her with 34 staples in her legs. 33-year-old Schroeder was camping with her family when left her cabin to warn other campers that a bear was in the area, and that's when the bear attacked her. Her husband was able to fight the animal off before they both sought safety in a friend's cabin. With more, I'm joined by the hero of himself, Brad Schroeder. Brad, thank you for being on our program.
Oh, thanks for having me.
This is just really unbelievable. Tell us how this whole thing unfolded and what you saw.
Yeah, so our 8-year-old son woke us up that morning saying the bear was trying to get in our cabin and it was kind of pushing on our door and scratching at things. And so eventually it sauntered off, but it went towards some other buildings at this camp. And so my wife kept a good distance, but went out in case she needed to warn someone. And then the bear turned around and just came at her. And so I saw that from the window, and as soon as I saw the bear take off towards her, I ran towards them, and we just both kind of engaged with the bear to try and free her. And she was able to run to the closest cabin, but the bear took off after her again and got a few more bites and claws in. But we were able to both eventually get into that cabin with the couple's help that was in there. And then our kids were alone in our cabin, so I only stayed for a few seconds. And then as soon as the bear kind of turned the corner, I tried to run to our cabin, but the bear tackled me then, but I was able to get free pretty quickly and make it to our cabin.
Oh my gosh, how big was the bear?
On all fours, it was probably about 3 feet 3 feet high or so.
And how long did all of this go on? How long was it going after your wife, and then you? How much time passed?
To be honest, I couldn't really tell you. There's just kind of blips of memory in the midst of it, but yeah, I would think not more than I don't know, 5-10 minutes. But
Well, that would seem like an eternity. And was the bear? This may sound like a weird question. Was the bear making a sound? Did it sound like it was in attack mode?
no, it didn't really make much sounds at all. It was pretty silent, but just vicious and biting and clawing.
And what did you do? Did you punch it? What was it what action were you taking?
Yeah, just anything I could do. And like I said, there's just kind of blips of memory in there, but I remember connecting with fist, and my wife says she remembers me seeing my foot flying over her to hit the bear. And so you just kind of do whatever you can.
You must have been operating on pure adrenaline.
Adrenaline and yeah, my wife and I are both Christians, and we were praying afterwards and just asking God to help us process. And part of what we heard from him was just that he was there protecting my wife's upper body, so all her wounds were lower body, and that he was also giving me strength to do whatever I had to do, and also protecting our kids.
Oh my goodness. I'm just curious, was there a gun in the cabin? I know sometimes up in the cabins there is a gun for situations like this.
Nothing in ours.
Would you have used it if you had it?
Yeah, it's tough to say, because like you only have a split second to react when something like that happens, and so maybe, but yeah, you kind of don't think, you just react.
Just react. How's your wife now, and how are your kids coping?
My wife's doing well. She got probably about half the staples out of her legs yesterday, and she's healing quite well. The kids are doing remarkably well. We're set up to get some trauma counseling here as a family, just to make sure that we help them process and ourselves process, but we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, you worry about PTSD after a situation like that. Would it stop you from going camping again, Brad?
I don't. I think we'll take a little bit of a break, but eventually we'll go somewhere again, I'm sure.
Okay, well, you are a hero, and your family is lucky to have you, my goodness, and we're glad it worked out okay.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah.